Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities Tarot. Excuse me. My name's Rochelle and I'm doing a reading for the collective today. Getting some prosperity dust on the table. This is a new spread. This is main character energy check-in, especially at the beginning of this month as I'm doing it. It's November. Heading into holiday season. There's a lot of chaos and kind of crazy things that come up around this time. Plus, just kind of in the world in general, there's a lot more chaos than normal. Is that true? I don't know. That's probably not true at all. It depends where you are in the world and what's going on, but it feels more. It feels extra lately. Anyway, take that or leave it. But this is basically for when life feels like background noise and you need a reminder that you are the lead role in your life. So I'm going to start. Is this what I want? Yeah, I want to see what your current character arc is. And I'm going to use the Wisdom of the Oracle to begin. What is your current character arc? Soulmates in reverse, 41. Deep knowing in reverse, 43. Serendipity, number 18. So there's some kind of issues, maybe a falling out. There's some with somebody. There's with this soulmates in reverse. Something has happened that you're having to process because someone you thought was, I don't know, you thought they were playing a certain role in your life, or you thought that they were showing up in a certain way. You had an idea about them. Maybe it was your own projections. Maybe it was that this person kind of revealed a side of themselves that you had never seen before. There's, a number of different things, but ultimately this is, it's a difficult situation with someone that you feel some kind of bond to, but it's not working out, it hasn't worked out, or something has happened here. And there's a big lesson that is coming from this situation. However, you're having a hard time kind of wrapping your brain around what has happened here, because it's kind of knocked you sideways, and you're having trouble like seeing the forest for the trees. You're having trouble. There's a empathy overload here. It's like you're trying to look at the situation from all the different angles, but it's like your feelings have been hurt. You're feeling overwhelmed by what is going on here, and you're having trouble. Like, it's like you basically need to take a time out and just try not to think about this. Try to focus on something else or do something else. Physical activity can be helpful. But this isn't just you stuck up in your head about the situation, although there is that element, but it's like the emotions are so not only overwhelming but topsy-turvy that you might be, I don't know, like maybe you're taking a break, or maybe you're getting advice from others, or something where you can just kind of not check out, but kind of remove yourself from being in the middle of the chaos of the storm. And so by doing this, because it, and you could be anywhere in this timeline, in this storyline, where you're just finding out, or you're just dealing with something that is, pretty heartbreaking, and feeling confused and feeling just all emotionally all over the place. But coming out of this, and this, you could be here too, you're overcoming this difficult situation, and you are being kind of uplifted with, especially, this is a very magical card. It's like there's a lot of like fortunate things that are lining up for you. It's like finally getting getting that break that you feel like you've just been dragged through the mud, or whatever has happened here, and this is like kind of coming around out of all of this emotional turmoil and chaos, this empathy overload again. I feel like I actually want to I feel like there might be something I'm missing here with this deep knowing in reverse. It's like it's having trouble accessing your intuition too. But you are in empathy overload and need to get grounded again, so tune out for a bit. Hypersensitive, you're suffering from psychic exhaustion. This signals a time for recharging of your batteries. Yeah. And so that's exactly what's happening, is you're kind of saying, okay, time out, pause, and you're recharging here, or have done so. And and so this is you kind of bouncing back, and it's the universe. Let's see, better way to say this is you're getting back to yourself. You're getting back to this understanding that you are the main character in your life. You might have felt like, the supporting role in someone else's story. But now you're like, okay, I have taken care of myself. I have kind of, I think, effectively detached enough where you can kind of start feeling good again, start building yourself up again. And this increase in vibration, in energy, is aligning you with some really amazing things. Or maybe something in particular where it's just something is falling in your lap, or better to say, you are being lifted. This person is off the ground, and with this 4-leaf clover here, which I don't know why they made it brown in the middle. But anyway, yeah, things are lining up so perfectly, and it feels magical and exciting, and you're just like, you're being whisked away, carried off on the winds of very positive change. I want to look at the energies that you are currently in. This is kind of a part of your character arc. I'm using the Modern Life Oracle, and I will most likely read a little bit. Impulse buyer in reverse. Yeah, retail therapy to the extreme. Deadline surfer in reverse. We've got, I don't know, we've got a little procrastination here, I think. And the cat lady. Upright. Got a little, she almost looks witchy. Oh, these cats, that's so cool. Okay. So let me pull out my notes. I'm gonna look at, I feel like impulse buyer in reverse. Really, this is overspending. This is retail therapy that is not helpful because you're it's like when feeling bad, you're just trying to cover up the feelings rather than dealing with them directly. You feel good in the moment, but then you're like, oh crap, I overspent, and then you're stressed even more and yeah, whatever. But there's something about needing to, if you haven't gotten to this point yet, like needing to just maybe give yourself like a spending freeze, like only the necessities. Don't buy anything unless you absolutely need it. And maybe make a deal with yourself, like after X amount of time, I'm going to allow myself a little treat that won't go over this amount of money. So you're still caring for yourself, you're still letting yourself treat yourself, but you're not overdoing it, going crazy. So deadline surfer. Sadly, these are not alphabetized, so I just have to find it. At least they have a, what do you call it? Table of contents. Where are you? Oh, way at the end. 47. Okay. The wave of consequences is about to crash. Time to start paddling. Oops. Did you just realize that end of the day meant 5 p.m., not midnight? When this card wipes out into the reverse position, you're in dangerous waters. Your excuses are wearing thinner than the paper you're frantically scribbling on. The tide of procrastination is about to sweep you out to sea of missed opportunities. So it's like consequences of overspending, first of all. But it's also like not taking care of the things that you need to take care of, because you're in the process of, you're over here kind of buffering the pain. And I don't know, maybe there is some kind of deadline, or there's something where like you need to be able to separate yourself enough from the situation that you can kind of find your center again and get grounded. And so you need time for that. So you don't want to fill it with a bunch of things that are keeping you from working through the issues. You know what? I might as well look at Impulse Buyer. I might as well, because I haven't pulled this one before. And I think these are hilarious. So, your wallet is crying for mercy. Time to practice some self-restraint. Yeah. Uh-oh. Did your credit card just burst into flames? When this card appears reversed, your shopping habits have gone from treat yourself to bankrupting yourself. Your closet is bursting with clothes that still have tags. Your kitchen is a graveyard of unused appliances. And you're pretty sure that if you buy one more thing, your bank account will file for emancipation. So yeah, pretty much what I thought. So there's this procrastination, this overindulging as a way to kind of, like I said, kind of buffer. But then we have the cat lady. Upright. I like that it's upright, but what does it mean? There's definitely this kind of nurturing energy here. Where are you? There we go. Right at the back. Embrace your inner crazy cat person. Your feline army grows stronger by the day. When the cat lady card purrs its way into the upright position, you're living your best 9 lives. Wow, that totally aligns with the serendipity. Your cats have more Instagram followers than you do. You can identify each of your 12, or is it 13 now, cats by their meow alone, and you seriously considered installing a cat door in every room. You're not obsessed, you're just very, very dedicated. So, no, you don't necessarily have 13 cats. You might have 1 or 2. I mean, I know people who have a lot more than that. I used to have 8. But this is you kind of overcoming. It's nurturing those, beings in your life, that, it's a mutual kind of, symbiotic kind of relationship, right? And it's sweet, and it is fulfilling, and it is you turning things around. Like I said, like you're living your best life after overcoming something here. So if you're not quite there, or you're like in the mud, in the muck, in the weeds, whatever, you're gonna work your way out of that. So, who's your inner supporting cast right now? Let's go with the light seers. Who's your inner supporting cast right now? Knight of Wands. The Empress. We've got fire signs here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We've got Taurus and Libra, and for me as a reader, also Virgo. And the King of Wands. This is amazing. We have all people here. Again, with the fire signs, there's a lot of fiery energy here. You don't necessarily need to have prominent fire signs in your chart, but you're embodying that energy. You have this part of you that is okay. So you've got let's break this down. You've got the Knight of Wands, which is the this is the inner party animal. This is the part of you that wants to be free, have fun, play your music. We've got the horse in the background, like just off doing its thing, happy to just exist and get to run free. There's so much joy and enjoyment of the thing that is happening here, which in this case is playing music. So music could be really important to you. Maybe you love playing music, like an instrument, or you just like to turn the tunes on and go wild and crazy, have a dance party in your living room, strap on some roller skates and go skate around, doing your, dance around to your tunes. Saw a guy doing that not too long ago. It was awesome. Totally on his roller skates, rocking out. So anyway, you've got this part of you that's yeah, let's go have some fun. Come on. We need to get out of this sad, heavy energy. And then you have the Empress. And the Empress is all about understanding that whatever you want, if it's meant for you, it's coming to you. It can't be kept from you. And so there's this energy of receiving, of saying, I know what I'm worth and I will receive it when it comes. And there's no chasing, there's no trying to finagle something. You're not trying to change this or fix this necessarily. You're more like, I have dignity, and I'm going to focus on caring for myself. And there's deep empathy here. There's deep emotion. This is you kind of allowing yourself to feel what you feel, and when it gets overwhelming, to not judge yourself for that. It's recognizing that your procrastination is coming from a place of fear and pain, and there's this part of you that is being very kind and nurturing to yourself. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna like go have some fun. We're gonna look up like 50 ways to have fun without spending money, right? Like, let's just enjoy being. And you might be a parent. You might have people in your life that you enjoy kind of giving to. Again, there may be kind of with this cat lady especially, there's like, synergistic relationships or symbiotic relationships that are really beneficial for both, right? You and them. And then with the King of Wands, it's like okay, so this is my hell yes guy. It's not a hell yes, it's a no. And you're really getting in touch with what is your hell yes. Well, you've learned what isn't. This could have been, you might be starting to wake up to the fact that this was mediocre at best, or like once you kind of like realize who you were actually dealing with, you're like, oh no, that's actually a really strong no. That's a hell no, right? And it's kind of helping you to get into that place of, well, I know now very clearly what I don't want, so what's the opposite of that? And heading in that direction. And there's something about like being really confident. Usually the Queen of Wands kind of makes me think of a glow up, or like, looking your best. That is also this energy of just being really like charismatic and confident. It's like you're stepping into your power. And it's so interesting too that we have the feminine and the masculine here. And this is like, being in that very feminine energy and also balancing it out with taking action being in that masculine energy of like, I know what I want, feeling very creative, feeling very inspired. This is the inspired leader. And kind of, it's knowing when to hold back and just like nurture and rest and receive versus like going for something. And so between these two energies, this is what's helping you to increase your vibration, to get in this new energy that it's calling in all the good, or it's beginning to. And the good that is coming in is just, it's going to be compounding. You're going to be lifted. Awesome. I love this. And you may be, the kings, excellent businessmen, right? And I say men because they're kings. Gender doesn't actually matter here, but this is being very business minded. This is knowing how to strategize. This is knowing what you need to do to get to the top. and taking action, doing the things, right? So anyway, you've got this amazing support system within you that's just like, yeah, you got this, let's do this. And you're finding balance, within yourself. And this is what's helping you to overcome. So what's next? Or better to say, what's the plot twist that's coming next? Let me try plot twist. Let me see if this will work. The Oracle of the Shapeshifters. What's the plot twist that's coming next? The delicate fairy and her ferrets. Change is natural, good, and yes, it can hurt. Big change. Yeah. And this has been painful. And that makes perfect sense why you've been struggling and why you've wanted to overindulge and procrastinate, whatever. But this change is really necessary and it's really good in the long run. Butterflies in gloom. After sadness, happiness and hope return. See? There it is, number 22. So this serendipity speaks to that hope and happiness. Everything starts to align for you again, and maybe for a time things really weren't aligning. While you were kind of wrapped up in that kind of lower frequency energy. The Golden Phoenix, something you thought finished bursts back into life. Something you thought finished. This could be something within yourself. This could be this person in question. If you've walked away and let something go, they could be coming back. I'm not saying you want them to. I'm not saying it's the best thing ever, but because you are shifting, it's naturally shifting the circumstances around you. Your energy is directly affecting the potential outcome of the situation. That was weird. My phone paused, right in the middle. Anyway, we have Mercury retrograde coming too. Fun times. Anyway, and you're like this Golden Phoenix. You're bouncing back. You're coming back. You're rising from the ashes. After a period of hurt and sadness, because you're doing the work. You might have resisted that work for a time, and that's perfectly normal. That's a part of the grieving process. But then you're like, all right, taking matters into my own hands, getting back to myself. So, is there anything else? Let me just pick some cards from the Moonology deck. Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. That's exactly what you're doing. You are making adjustments. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Yeah, your pride got pretty hurt here. And there has been or was a period of time of feeling, I don't know, whatever the pride was making, it's like wanting revenge or wanting to make someone pay. I mean, it's the kind of same thing. Or or not speaking your truth because they don't deserve your time. There's something here where you're adjusting your mindset around this so that you can effectively release what was keeping you stuck and allowing you to move forward without all the baggage, basically. and be bold and make the first move. Cardinal Moon. All right. Make them first move in the direction that you want to go. That could involve new people or a new venture of some kind. King of Wands is all about making the first move because of knowing when you know you're hell yes, it's easy to make decisions. It makes me think of a quote, who it's by, I can't think of right now, but it goes, more than doers, we are deciders. Once we make the decision, the doing becomes easy. And so you're getting into this very bold energy. And you've had a glow up. I mean, I talked about the Queen of Wands. Actually, the Empress is even more of a glow up because she's all the queens. And so you're you've got this newfound confidence. You're feeling really good about yourself. You're looking really good. People are noticing you and are like, wow, who's that? Oh, like you're getting attention. And, but it, in the long run, I mean, or, really it doesn't matter what's going on around you. This is all about how you feel about yourself. You're kind of in this more humble energy, but you're also in this more confident energy. And the confidence, it's a quiet confidence. It's knowing you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. I think you might have been trying to prove yourself here. And giving your power away in the process. And now you're like, this is me. Here I am. Take me or leave me. I really don't care. I'm taking me full on. It's like, yeah, you're really, especially with this Phoenix, you are rising up and looking really good doing it and feeling really good. That's the most important thing. So let's finish with a cheeky message from Spirit. I thought this would be a short reading, but whatever, it's fine. There was a lot to say. There's a lot to unpack here. Oh, we got two. Okay, so first we have, healing is your inner child finally getting to drive the car. With adult supervision, obviously. So healing, your inner child, you're finally letting your inner child be in the driver's seat. It makes me think of when my son was little and I would let him sit in my lap. My grandpa used to do this with me too. I would let him sit in my lap and steer the wheel, and we'd like go around the parking lot. It feels like that. You're caring for that inner child in a way it never got caring before. Your intuition isn't blocked. You're just trying to bypass it with logic and coffee. So if you are still feeling stuck, and I would say you're trying to bypass it not just with logic and coffee, but also like buying, overspending. And this isn't about logic. This isn't about your mind. This is about your emotions and letting your emotions flow, letting yourself feel whatever needs to be felt. It's all a part of the process and it's all okay. And you are going to be or already have gotten to a place where you are back in touch with your intuition. Ooh, my stomach confirmed that. You will tap back in and you will see things from a new perspective. From you will kind of clear away what was kind of foggy or making it hard to know what your intuition was or is. And you're going to get to a point of like, oh, okay, now I see. Now I know what I need to do. And letting that inspiration, letting it all carry you forward in an amazing way. All right, leaving it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you on the next video. Mwah.